the Tabletop Podcast. I don't even know what episode this is
11.
now. I've lost.
It's 11.
11?
11. Or
11.
12 if you count the special.
Yes.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah,
Which,
no, we're not. This is number 11. Well, we've got a bit of a... We say special episode? No, you're not
No.
special. Sorry.
Oh.
Phil. We've got our co-host with us today.
You wouldn't call me co-host. I'm the co-host.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
He's a
A
guest.
guest, yeah.
I
Finley,
agree with that.
please say hello now.
Hello there.
This is Finley, everyone. Where do we know Finley from, Kurt?
Oh, I've known Finley because he was my neighbour. He was a scrawny little annoying neighbour.
And I knew Finley from school. Really interesting.
Was it
stories.
scrawny little annoying kid in school?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, yeah, we'll go with that then. We'll go with that then. He, yeah, we used to go to school together. That's about. And now we're all friends.
Oh,
we're
all friends.
Let's all join hands.
No,
Oh.
No, Finley, shut up.
COVID, right?
have you not clocked on yet that if you come as a guest on this podcast, you are getting ripped into,
Yeah, I know.
basically.
Through a day
We'll
of
start gently though.
I would like to start this off by saying one of the first times I remember knocking it for Finley to come out. Couldn't have been older than 10, to be honest. Knocked for him. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get Finley out to come play some football with the boys on the street. Right? He comes over and we put him in goal. You know,
no.
we go, right, what can Finley do? Because I can tell he couldn't kick a ball. He had no hand-eye coordination. He'd
Still
fall
can't.
over. He still
Yeah.
can't. Yeah,
Still
to the
can't.
day. So, shove him in goal. Just kicks things at him, really. Maybe he might be able to defend himself. No. Yeah, I just remember, I'm pretty sure he was in the goal for about a minute and a half, and then he got bored and just ran off and screaming.
Oh.
When
was this? Last week?
No, that was good.
A couple of days ago.
Yeah, he's got no attention span. That's why it's going to be hard to keep me on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
in
you
a minute,
used to
make a
play.
sandwich.
You used to play football together as kids then. I
No,
was gonna
because
ask- oh.
he never, like I said, that was the only time I ever knocked for Finley.
Oh.
I learned after that day, don't do it.
Did you used to play football outside? I used to do that. as a
Sometimes,
kid.
but the thing is I used to play on my drive,
Oh, okay.
and because there was like two houses, and then you could park your car. There's two areas where you park your cars,
Yeah.
and we used to just play football there. The thing is, we had a window there, and it just kept getting hit.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that window.
So good. I used to have a big. Well, I still do have a big patch of grass outside my house. We used to play football on
Oh
there.
yeah.
Was you used to what games did you used to play? Oh, I'm trying to think of little football games. You used to play Wembley doubles. Is that what they used to
Yeah,
call
Wembley
it?
doubles. That was a good one.
The best times, mate.
Oh, good
Not good for your
times.
mates, God.
Nothing ever
Kid.
beats like when you're younger and you're playing like a Nerf gunfight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thing
Nerf
is, right,
guns.
as good as they are, if you saw a bunch of kids doing that today, you just want to go over and spark one of them.
Yeah, it's probably going to run out of Fortnite going.
Calm it down.
Yeah.
It's not serious.
Well, I think we can apologise in advance if we're a little quieter this week, just because I don't know if I'm speaking for you two here, but I'm a little hungover.
No, I'm all
A
right.
little bit. I was basically dying in this chair this morning,
Yeah.
trying to fall asleep.
Yeah. Well, did we mention it last week? Because your birthday this week, wasn't it?
Yes.
We had some birthday celebrations, adhering to COVID rules. Obviously, we promise we are.
Barbecue in the garden.
Kurt's 12th birthday this week.
Love it.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
had a couple of mates over for a barbecue, but quite well.
Big 8. I'm pushing 13 now.
Pushing 13.
Couple
That's
more
it.
years and you'll go for a sister.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually personally remember much from last night. Cause I was
Don't
pretty drunk.
remember. I remember you making a game of beer pong, and I said
Oh my
specific words to you. I said, "Alex, don't do this. You'll die."
I did die. And I
And-
did die.
It was me v Alex, and I said, "Alex, no." And the thing is, he started off strong.
That
but-
was my last memory. That was quite like.
Alex. That
early
was
on.
at like not even
Yeah.
10.
That
Maybe-
game fucked me
Yeah.
up. That game fucked me up. The barbecue was alright. Tyler come, didn't he? With
Yeah.
bloody chicken sausages. But and those Carolina Reaper burgers. Oh my
But we
god.
got to say big up to Steph because she ate other
Oh,
food
yes, 'cause
other
Steph
than,
didn't
other
eat
than
other
just
chicken
chicken sausages
Yeah.
and a single.
Well, we went.
burger.
The plan was for yesterday, wasn't it? We just said we'll meet up early, like a group of us. We'll go out and we'll get some stuff for the barbecue and get some drinks in for later. I know Kurt's only 12, but
Fruit shoots.
yeah, that's it. If we get some drinks in for later, it'll take about an hour, and then we'll go out to like a pub and have a couple of beers and come back. What are the time frames we said?
Oh,
we said we'll meet
Lord.
at like somewhere between 9 and 10, and then we'll be done by 11. We'll be at the club by 12. I don't think we got back from shopping till about
Half
What?
11.
No, we
No,
were
no,
back-
no, no. We were at the club before 1.
No, we weren't. We didn't get to the club till 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Well, I don't know. I think we probably would have finished about 12 then. Cooked
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, we were back at yours about 12:30ish, and yeah, well, it definitely wasn't as quick
Yeah,
as
it was
we thought.
fun.
I'll tell you what, it was good fun. It was good
I
fun.
made a friend Billy the Bison.
I haven't
Billy the
looked,
Bison.
I'm yet to look at my bank
Yeah, I don't want to look
detail.
at it.
Like,
We
I
just
wanted to
did
load
buy
it
a
up.
lot of we just went going, yeah, we'll just get the necessary ingredients for a barbecue and some beers. And we went, right, we won't go to Asda first because that's where we're going to be buying like crates of drink. We don't want to carry that around with us. Where did we go? B&M.
Yeah, bought crate
And ended up buying a crate of drinks there and carrying that around. And not only that, but Kurt didn't bring his ID with him, so he couldn't stand with us when we bought the drinks. And I don't know if it was because he felt awkward just walking through without buying anything, so he decided to go back and buy something. And I think we found our new mascot for the podcast.
That's a good idea.
He walked out with a canvas painting of a bison. His name's Billy now.
Well, I said I was going to go buy some sweets, but I walked up an aisle and I remembered this aisle because I bought a canvas for someone else once.
Sorry.
Bought it for Josh.
How often do you buy canvases?
Surprisingly, I think out of every time I've gone in B&M's, I'm probably about 50% now. I've only got in there 4 times, and I've probably spent about 12 quid on
Yeah.
canvases.
Bloody hell. That was then where did we go after?
Josh's one was
Iceland.
it said what was it? It was like live life, laugh, love with a
Oh.
big heart. And I said, there you go, Josh.
You still got that?
Probably.
Mm.
If he didn't take it to his uni with him, I would cry. You know,
Yeah,
that was.
a little
As I
Just
said, I-
FaceTime him right now, get him live on a podcast.
Don't know
Go,
about
Josh, where is that canvas?
well, you know,
I did
Finley-
appreciate the
Finley-
canvas.
Finley did attack our canvas, so
Yeah.
it was that side.
Do you want to take it?
You kept knocking it off.
Oh, that don't count. I was like waiting to just punch it. See
Yeah,
what
to be fair, it was
then I
bugging.
remembered there's a wooden post behind it.
Yeah, it was bugging us out all
Breaking my
night.
head.
To be fair, we had it
Yeah.
hung up on a post, staring at everyone during the
It
barbecue.
kept
but
turning to me. The way I was sitting down, it would angle towards me.
Billy is
staring
possessed. Is
down.
this what you're trying to say?
Pretty much.
Billy is possessed. I see. I appreciated the gift, Kurt, but I didn't appreciate having to carry it around town the entire time.
I mean, yeah, that was probably one of the main reasons I did buy it. I thought because the thing is, right, when you buy someone something, especially if they're nice, they wouldn't just throw it away. They've got to respect it. They're like, right.
Yeah.
So I was like, I bought him it, and I gave it straight to him before he could even clock on why I gave it.
And then he wouldn't take it back off of me, so
No.
I had to carry a
so he had to walk
canvas of
around.
a bison around with me all day.
It's quite entertaining, though.
Yeah, it was great
It
fun. Yeah, it was good. It was brilliant fun.
Billy the Bison. Good
Yeah.
guy.
Then we struggled to buy any normal burgers from Iceland. Because apparently they don't sell normal burgers. They sold £half-pound burgers, these enormous things.
Oh, it was so good.
And then we bought these Carolina Reaper burgers. And I don't know about you, they weren't stupidly spicy. You said that you've actually eaten a Carolina Reaper.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't imagine it was
put
as
into
hot as
words.
that.
No, it wasn't nearly as hot.
No.
Like, I could have ate 2. I could have ate another one of the burgers.
Yeah.
Like them chilies, I'm never touching them again.
No.
Like, I ate it and I felt burning in my ear. It was bad.
We should do it one day. on the
Alex,
podcast.
right.
recommend it.
I said, Finley said this to me. He said, he went, Kurt, do you want to try the world's hottest chili? And I just replied with the most simple answer. I said, Finley, I'm white. Right? I said, white people don't do spice. You know, there is a section of white people that think mayo is spicy. Right? I'm not that bad. Don't get me wrong,
Don't
but
know
I'm
that.
not going to be sitting here. I just don't do spice. You know.
I quite like spice, just not too much spice. Not too much. But I feel like it would be quite entertaining if we just sat in silence on the podcast and all they could hear was us going crazy drinking milk after eating a Carolina
I
Reaper.
probably drank a good 2 litres of milk in a matter of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad.
Actually, I don't like
Mouthwash.
milk.
Huh?
I don't even like milk.
Oh, there we go, look at
I'll be
Milk's,
ruined.
milk's too spicy for Kurt.
Chew red.
But that burger, it wasn't stupidly spicy, but it had a fucking kick to it.
Yeah,
And
nice-
I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
nice
I'm not gonna lie
flavour
to you
as well.
guys. My ass has been on fire ever since.
I've had to go to the toilet 4 times. It's been
Yeah,
dreadful.
R.I.P. to
Oh,
your
yeah.
fucking toilet, Kurt. It's taken a hell of a beating. The beer pong game. I don't know what was going through my head. I don't know. I went to the shops around the corner because we needed a lighter because we had a barbecue and absolutely no way of lighting
Well,
it.
the thing
because
is,
we're geniuses.
It's because none of us smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we sort of, for some reason, thought we could just create combustion out of thin fucking air. Like,
what did you do? Kurt went, I know how we can light it, and played Lighter by KSI on a speaker. And then we put in bits of cardboard.
I
up
did
to the
also put
speaker.
on We Didn't Start the Fire.
Oh, yeah.
I put on Firestarter as well. That was a good one. I just kept picking songs that involved fires and starting them, or not starting them in our case.
We did. We
That was
did
quite
manage to
fun.
light it. Me and Vicky that went round to the shops and got it, a
Say.
lighter. And while we were there, I decided to just buy the cheapest pack of beer I could find. I think I paid like £3 for a 4-pack of
Dreadful.
Foster's. I thought instead of going into our beer stock for the beer pong, because we're going to get through a lot of beer for that, I'll just buy some cheap shit and we'll drink that. And it didn't go well. It didn't go well.
Well,
To,
thing is,
to, put,
right,
to set this out in your head, you must know what beer pong is, and if you don't, grow up. 6 cups
I'm
on
12
each
now,
side,
no.
like a pyramid. We had 3 of the cups were just half a bottle of Budweiser. They were the easy ones. One of the cups was a full pint of Foster's. One of the cups was a double shot of vodka. Not any, it was vanilla vodka.
Right,
How did we end up with vanilla vodka? I don't know.
Because you said pick a flavour, and I looked at it for I want that one.
Yeah, Finley picked vanilla vodka, and then a double shot of whiskey.
Yep.
Finley and Jack went first. That was an
experience.
entertaining game because it went on for about an hour.
No, it was just getting worse and worse. See, I was trying so hard, I couldn't throw it. That sums up my athletic
I love it because
ability.
it went from their game to our game. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't hit anything for a good 20 minutes.
And mine and Kurt's game was over in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, like, I walked up literally second throw in, third throw in,
Yeah.
fifth throw in.
You see, I did well at the start. We were keeping up with each other at the start. The first 3 cups, because you had 3 left.
You were
pretty
beating
much
me at one
up.
point.
Yeah. It was when it landed in the cup of Foster's. Now, before
Yeah.
Finley and Jack both had to down their pint, and we both said, well, we all sort of agreed, you fucking do it. No taking it. You down neck the pint. We ain't bitches around here.
My mum
None
raised
of
my
them
fault.
managed it, so I thought, I'll fucking do this easy. I'd already had to do my whiskey shot and another cup of Budweiser. And not being funny, we had been drinking since 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, I was pretty fucked up. I thought I can take this pint of
It's a
Foster's,
pint of Foster's, isn't it?
and I did. I'm not going to lie, I dusted it off pretty
You
damn
dusted
quick.
it off? Oh,
but-
to be fair, you did it very quick. I was
Yeah.
shocked.
But it didn't stay down. It did not stay
The fact that
down.
the problem is, you downed it and then you looked up and just went, oh no.
Yeah, it didn't go. It
We
just
pretty
sort
much
of
did the same
sat on the
thing,
top of my
except
stomach.
I only had a little bit left, so I went threw up, came back in, drank the rest of it. It was like 100 anymore.
It was yeah, and then after that, it didn't. We took a bit of a break from the game while I emptied myself.
I
is that
know,
what
and
I'm
then
gonna
by the
say?
time you were actually ready to come back, you came back, and then I had a throw, and literally the throw straight afterwards,
Oh,
doing the
vodka.
double shot of vodka.
Yeah. So I finished off my drinks, and then Kurt hit every single shot after that, and left me with 3 of his drinks. Luckily enough, I think Finley did the vodka shot.
I
And
took one of them.
I actually I still got off that pint of Foster sitting on the floor next to us
Oh, dear.
because I never managed to finish it. I was just sipping on it all night. But yeah, that fucked me up that game. And then after that game of beer pong, I don't have a fucking clue what happened. I genuinely don't.
You created a little house in the corner of my room. You were laying on the floor for a long time, and then everyone kept offering you like places to sit. And you kept going, "No, I like this corner."
It's right there, right in front of me. That corner was very comfortable. I do remember having like a wrestling match with Victor.
Yeah, yeah. I was very worried that someone was going to break my bed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. That
Yeah, how did that start?
No idea.
You got up and just laid on top of Victor, and then Victor just started like trying to. I don't even know what he was trying. And then you just started rolling around, and then you just both started picking each other up and then just slamming each other onto my bed. And I'm like, right, we're not like guys.
No. I've missed this, man. I've missed being able to socialise. It's quite good.
I just
fun.
want to I'm trying to think the best way to put it is my light switch. Or the light in my room. Every time you'd slam, the light would go off.
Yeah,
and then
I
it'd come
forgot
back
that
on.
happened.
Really?
Yeah, I actually forgot that
I
happened.
was like,
It
you're
flickered.
breaking the room, boys.
Yeah, no, but that's about as much as I remember from that. And then I woke up laying in a bed next door.
Yeah, basically, you went. I didn't remember. You just stumbled off.
Yeah, I didn't notice you.
You just got up and literally didn't say a word to anyone in the room. Just got up, stumbled off, and lay down in the other room for a little while. And then we were like, "Is he dead?" And then we went. Someone went in there and checked. He wasn't dead. You were laying there on your phone, but you were asleep.
Oh.
You opened your eyes as if you were like, ready for something.
I do slightly remember you guys coming in. The one bit I do remember about you coming in is that bloody Sully Teddy creepy little Sully teddy.
Oh, that was quite funny. So
And I saw a load of photos and videos this morning on Victor's story of you, like, three of you laying in bed with me. I don't fucking... How did I not wake up to that?
I kept flicking you in the face to see if you would wake up, and you wouldn't. Basically, what we did was we bought I have a Sully teddy bear, you know, Monsters Inc. and that,
Yeah.
and you can like it's I think I can't tell if it's motion like but basically you squeeze its stomach, and if you don't move it around for like a while, he goes like, "Hey, are you gone?" like that. But so we closed the door. I shook it, put it down next to Alex's head, and then I hid behind the corner of the bed, and the door was closed, so the room was black. And he just went, "Hey, you still there?" And then Alex went, "The hell is that?"
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the actual teddy is not as creepy as that fucking Wallace doll.
I couldn't find
that you
Wallace.
have.
It's
Yeah.
downstairs.
It's
somewhere.
downstairs. Your
is
brother had
terrifying.
it yesterday, but that Wallace, your support Wallace, that's creepy looking.
I was gonna
But
put
this
that in.
Sully just sounds creepy. And when you're laying in bed, off your trotters, and you hear a teddy bear talking to you, yeah, it doesn't. It's not a nice feeling, but
Yeah, no, I think that covered last night.
yeah.
Pretty well, to be honest.
I need to stop falling asleep.
I
I'm
just-
always the first one to fall asleep.
Yeah, I that was the best bit. Was obviously, you know, used to were like the ones that I knew were staying, so I was like, right, they're gonna be awake for a while, aren't they?
A little bit,
First two asleep.
Yeah.
So it was me, Vic, and Jack for a while, and then they left, and I just sat in my room watching Clone Wars for about an hour and a half. Got to about 3 in the morning. I finally was like, right, I should probably hit the hay, and then Finley woke me up at 4 in the morning. I thought he was asleep, but he just started talking to himself. He just said something really loudly with his chest. He just was like, yeah, and I genuinely jumped out of like my sofa, like, what the fuck? And I turned around thinking he was awake, and he wasn't. I was like, oh, it's 4 o'clock exactly. Jake Paul fight should be on. Loaded up Twitter, wasn't on. Went back to bed. Oh, I say I went back to bed. I laid there for 40 minutes, and then Finley woke up, and then I was like, oh, fuck it, we're both up, we're staying awake. Ooh, so he thought.
Yeah.
Got to the Jake Paul fight. What a fucking shit
Oh
show.
my god.
Disappointing.
I don't know why I woke up for that. I told you this morning the comment I saw on Twitter of that just summed up the entire fight. Waking up at 5 in the morning to watch that, and the comment was, "I watched this illegally and I still want a refund." What a load of shit, mate.
Ben Askren was literally built like a pint of milk.
Yeah.
One of the
They
commentators
literally said that.
bag
didn't
of
they?
they're
milk.
like,
And in all fairness, as a boxing for Finney's boxer as well. As a boxing fan, I sort of feel for Jake Paul in the fact that he keeps beating people and nobody believes he's a good boxer. But I mean, was it one of you that said Jake Paul's a pro boxer? Why doesn't he just fight a pro boxer?
Exactly.
yeah.
If he wants to prove himself, why don't he fight a pro boxer? Now, personally, something was up in that fight. Ben Askren did not look like he was fighting back, and he
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
way
he
too
didn't care,
happy
yeah.
after the fight to get knocked out by Jake Paul. Then I think he would have. But
Yeah, his walk-in sums up the entire fight.
yeah.
This is Ben.
Jake Paul had a big fucking robot behind him and music and all sorts, and Ben Askren walked into somebody walking in front of him with a cardboard cutout saying, "This is Ben." That's it. But very
So I want my
anticlimactic
funeral to
fight.
go, to be honest.
Yeah. Very
This was
anticlimactic.
Kurt.
Extremely anticlimactic night that was.
Very much so.
And if
very
I'm
much.
honest, I'm just hoping he doesn't call out some other bum that isn't a professional boxer.
Yeah.
Just fight someone. Tommy Fury, can you imagine that?
That would be
Him
brilliant.
fighting Tommy Fury.
He's
Yeah, I mean,
not
I'd
all
pay
that
money
good,
for that.
Yeah. Tommy Fury ain't all that good compared to a lot of the
No.
other boxers, but he would still
But he's a
smoke
boxer,
Jake
yeah.
Paul.
And
like,
Tommy Fury,
horrible.
I don't fucking like Tommy. I think
Yeah,
he's a fucking Love Islander and he's a bit of a bender, but
You love Love Island, shut up.
he's. I'll watch it. It's entertaining. It's entertaining as hell.
If
But
you say so.
Tommy Fury is just. I mean, he's how many fights? He's had like 5 fights. And
I know,
they've
but he
all been
fights absolute no
bums,
ones,
Yeah,
doesn't
literally
he?
nobody's. But that'd be quite an entertaining fight.
It would be.
But I bet he's going to call out fucking Conor McGregor or something again.
The thing is, I reckon Conor McGregor would win still.
Conor McGregor would beat the shit out of him.
And,
Because Conor McGregor's an MMA fighter who can
Yeah.
fight. Like Ben Askren's a wrestler.
Yeah,
Not a
his
fighter.
striking is just dreadful.
Extremely dreadful.
Honestly, everyone is like, oh, he's just playing around. He's just, you know, making him feel secure, making him feel like he can't fight. He really can. Goes in the ring and that he gets knocked out.
Well,
in
it's
less than
just
2
it's
minutes.
just something a bit fishy because one of his fights in the UFC, Ben Askren literally spent 3 rounds getting pummeled, punch after punch after the punch, messed up face, got up and still managed to win the fight on points.
Yeah.
Yet one clean right hand in the first round from Jake Paul dropped him enough to go 10. Well, he didn't even go 10 count. Fucking 14 seconds. They was actually
Yeah.
counted him out for something fishy there. something
Definitely.
fishy there. Very, very fishy. Well, I was going to ask actually if about. I know it's been a while since we've had a big piss up like we did last night. You got any big drunk stories? I know we've got quite a few.
Basketball.
But you lived with Kurt for a while.
Yeah.
We didn't really.
You got any stories?
Not from them.
No, we don't.
do
We
much.
didn't really drink or anything because it was during the lockdown.
What, you telling me you didn't turn into alcoholics during the lockdown?
Not really. No, we sort of did the opposite.
Yeah, stop
Pretty
drinking.
much.
No, I think when Philly lived there, it was just stupid, funny, like stupid things. They weren't funny, but they were annoying. But you look back at it and you go, "That was so fucking. Why was that so annoying?" Like every day he'd come back from work at about 5, like sort of proper, like to the point where it's not late enough to go to sleep, but it's not early enough to have a nap.
Yeah.
And he'd come home and he would sleep for about 4 or 5 hours, right?
Yeah, I'll be
So
up.
he'll come home at like 3, 4, and then he'll sleep till about 9, 10. When
Fucking
normally when people start going to
Yeah.
sleep. So I go to sleep, like everyone, we're in the same room, and there's nothing else to do other than go on my Xbox. So I'll, just as I turn off my Xbox to go to sleep,
I'll go on.
Finley
on it.
gets up and he takes the Xbox right, turns the TV back on, and I have to listen to Finley play Xbox all night. And that was fucking.
No, the worst thing was when I first started cycling to work up the hills and the leg cramps. When my legs started twitching and seizing up.
Oh god.
And I was in this chair and I laid it out and my leg was just completely stiff. It hurt so bad. I had to stumble to the toilet. Like, I couldn't fall asleep.
Oh yeah,
asleep that
Finley
night.
was just done. He was
Yeah, I had to stumble to the toilet. I probably sat there for a good hour. I didn't want to get back up again because my legs were just. It was bad.
God. What about you mentioned a story. Was it New Year's when your little brother was over?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
What happened
yeah.
then?
Do you know what? That night ruined drinking for me till today or till yesterday. Like
Yeah.
I did that since I genuinely didn't touch alcohol since that day.
You know what it is? You said I was bad when I first started coming here to drink, and then you saw a brother.
Oh yeah, honestly.
Oh no.
Oh, he's so.
He seems like quite lively. We have conversations with him over Xbox before. but-
He's basically he's very introverted all the time up until the point you get a drink in him, and then he starts speaking like he's a road man. Like,
Oh,
he's
he got-
really
he got-
cringy as well.
He got a proper road at one point. He just started talking about yo, don't mess with me. I'll shank you. I'll shank you.
Well, when he was like, I think he said something about coffee. He's like, yeah, coffee is my god, and stumbling through the door.
What happened? You said something about him laying in the bath.
Yeah.
How did he end up in the bath?
Well, we kept throwing up, and he couldn't. He like you get people when you get like a certain level of drunk, you can't even move.
Yeah.
He was that.
He was that, but he was like it was an extra level, like a level I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people to the point where they can't stand up, but I've never seen someone to a point where they couldn't move their own arm. Like we had to physically lift him up like a dead body,
Genuinely, yeah.
place him into a bathtub on his chest down so he doesn't choke on his own throw up.
Fucking hell.
But he kept spinning around and throwing up all over himself, and then he'd go, oh, and then I'm like, what are you doing? Just flip back round. And he was not having it. But that was the thing. He couldn't even move, but he still had the audacity to argue back.
Yeah, he really smart. Let me spin and stuff like that. We were trying to just turn him over and keep him there. And he was just like, no.
Every time you'd spin him round, he'd carry on spin till he went all the way back round to where he started.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted to touch him because he was absolutely coated in his own throw up.
Hell.
And so we're like, right, not doing this again.
No.
And I was sat in there till about fucking 4 in the morning,
Yeah,
making
I
sure
went
he
to bed.
died his own throw up.
You see, I've had some stinkers drunk
Yeah,
at
but-
your house before, but I've never been that bad.
See, that's the thing is, the way I compare it is, I say you had your own corner, but I think pretty much every time you did throw up in that corner, you made yourself do it.
Yeah, to be fair, that's what I don't think I've ever thrown actually had to throw up. It's what do they call it? Tactical chunder, as I would say. Like last night, a tactical chunder.
Tactical.
I couldn't drink anymore because it was sitting
Yeah.
in my top of my stomach. So you release the pressure almost, get it out. That's what I did last
That's
night,
what I do with
and I
them,
chucked up all that spicy
Yeah.
burger and all
when
my
I threw
throat
up,
burned.
because I threw up literally about 10 minutes before
Yeah.
you. It was bad because after that part of Foster, I just knew it was coming. So I just went to the house, I was back in the set, went to the thing, waited, threw up,
I
Came
was
back
asking
in.
questions when you left the room because you went, "I'll be right back," and I'm looking around going, "He's just gone to bed sick,
Yeah.
isn't he?"
Yeah, and I came back, drank the rest
He
of the
did it
drink.
so like posh.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Excuse me.
Excuse me, sirs, but I'll be right back.
But don't worry, you know the real G sitting there, me, didn't throw up again.
Again,
You know, I've only thrown up once from drinking. It was
In
because
all
of
fairness,
alcohol poisoning.
you didn't have
So-
to do that pint of Foster's, and that seemed to be the catalyst
Yeah,
that
it
made
was
us throw
bad.
up.
It did, but then I'd also argue I won the game, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You know what it is? I think I ate so much, so many burgers, and just so
Yeah.
much that Foster's is just like it was a tipping point.
We ate
Like,
a lot
after everything,
last
yeah.
night. Looking at all the stuff that we bought, the fact that
It's all gone now.
Yeah, yeah.
well, I mean, what did Tyler? Tyler had 2 sausages and a burger, and Steph had a couple of sausages and a burger.
Yeah.
That meant that had 5 of us.
Fam, also the bacon roll in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, and we had the fattest bacon roll ever. How do we eat so much, man? I'm meant to be losing weight.
I
start
don't know.
again.
I don't know.
Well,
Anyway,
and nothing gets better than that. Victor, oh my god, Victor come last night, didn't he? And we were asking questions. I hope he listens to this so he knows what we were thinking. We were asking questions whether he was going to drink or not, weren't we? Really, if Victor was going to have a drink here last night.
yeah.
Luckily, he didn't. Luckily, he was driving because after the state he got into
We would
at
have been
my
in
18th,
another Andre situation.
oh my
then,
god,
wouldn't
he
we?
What
was
happened then?
fucked up. Oh my
we
god.
don't even
I don't even know.
Mm.
But firstly, back then, this Victor never. Like, he's a lot better now. He comes out now. He does stuff now. Before, he was very much like worked every weekend. Was busy with doing his A levels during the week and stuff. So he never really came out. He'd come out a couple of times after he finished work. He used to buy Chinese, didn't he? He used to bring Chinese to places.
Mhm.
But we managed to get him out one night and convince him that he'd actually stay out all night. He'd stay at my house. We'd get him properly drunk because I don't think any of us had seen him properly drunk before then.
Yeah.
And he turned up to my 18th. Did he come to the pub with us before?
No.
No, he turned up
Oh.
afterwards.
No, he didn't. He was one of the lifts. wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, he picked us up, didn't he? And he basically we just got him absolutely off his
Yeah.
twat. He was so drunk, and yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. He
Well,
was,
basically, I just went, Vic, we'll go. I'll go drink for drink with you.
yeah,
But instead of me following him, I made him follow me, and you as well.
yes,
And I mean, Alex gave up.
yeah,
Vic did. If you ask Vic, he didn't give up, but he did
yeah,
because he just completely forgot what he was doing.
yeah.
So it's not as much as he went, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. He just sort of, he got too distracted by doing other things, like
Yeah.
falling over for no
Yeah.
reason and jumping on things.
He just turned into a big wet wipe, didn't he? Really, he just flopping around. He broke my washing up bowl, threw up in my washing up bowl, and then
Oh,
put a
wow.
hole in it. My mum was well pissed. I had to go and buy a new washing up bowl the next day. You bastard. But he,
I had to do that with a pooper scooper after you stood
oh,
on
okay,
So-
yes, I broke the pooper scooper.
it.
But he was just props to Sadie. We know Sadie listens. She's one of our OGs. She babied him for us that night, which was
That
quite
is
funny.
very true.
That was very.
I
very funny.
kept telling Sadie a joke. It was the same joke over and over.
Oh, what was it?
It was a knock knock.
Who's there?
John Lennon.
John Lennon.
John Lennon from the Beatles.
I remember
And
you saying it
I-
and laughing the first time, and then just saying it about 60 times because Sadie kept
Yeah.
fucking laughing.
And then people kept getting angry. Or say people. One person kept getting angry with
Yeah,
me.
we won't mention names.
And
I don't actually know if she listens to the podcast, but
if she does, hello.
hello, you know who we're talking about.
Double it, one.
Damn it, one. That was a great night. That was a great night. What should we move on to next? Finley, we're going to ask you a couple of questions now. We're going to interrogate you.
I didn't do it.
Interrogation.
I didn't do it.
Well,
No, basically, we just have a couple of questions. I've
Before
probably
I say
forgotten
anything,
notes that
sure.
yeah, quick, get on your knee. It's we have a couple of questions that we asked Tyler, Steph, and Theo when they were on the podcast. Just normal questions. We're just going to gauge your personality type from a couple of questions here. The first one's the big one. It's a meal deal. You can gauge a lot about someone
Yeah.
from what they get in a meal deal. Now you've probably heard well you went to college with Kurt, so you probably know what he gets in a meal deal.
You've never seen me have a meal. No.
No,
What do you get?
I never had a meal deal in
Yeah, we
South.
didn't.
In South
We might have went to
Oh.
the Tesco when we did work experience for the
Yeah,
first
but I
year.
didn't even get.
Yeah.
I only get my meal deals from Morrison's, mate.
Top
'Cause
tier.
I've only been getting it recently. I wasn't a fan of meal deals until some kid at my college went, look, right, listen, you can get all this for £3. I went, fuck up. No way. And he was like, yes.
Yes, you
I
can.
was like, fuck it.
Right, Finn. So, hit us, mate. What's the go-to meal deal?
Well, it's that I tell you what, the old, the weird meat used to have a fucking, you know the prawn mayonnaise sandwiches.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know how I ate them.
prawn mayonnaise.
Yeah, I look back at it and
I
think,
don't know how I
what
feel about that.
what was wrong with me? But now it's more of the BLT. You know,
BLT, can't go wrong with
Basic.
BLT, can you?
you know, the drink. It's always just got to be like.
Oh yeah, but do you like that weird sauce, as Kurt keeps saying, that weird sauce or,
What's the
or
sauce?
mayonnaise?
No,
as they
because
kept
it's
saying.
not even like after it's been in a sandwich for that long. It's just it
We had
doesn't
this
taste
debate
like mayo.
on the mukbang, and they kept talking about you can't get because it always has like a weird sauce on it. And we went around and went, "What mayonnaise? It's got mayonnaise."
Yeah,
on
but
it.
it's not mayo because it's there for fucking 8. It's like it turns into jelly.
Yeah.
Like
You're not wrong to be fair.
Yeah, to
I've
be
had
fair, some of the
questionable-
sauces are debatable.
Yeah, drink would either be a Mountain Dew or just a Pepsi. And you know, Mountain Dew, if I'm feeling special.
You're feeling special.
been
One of
having,
those special
been having
drinks.
monsters recently from my meal deals.
I have, because I'm just I'm always fucking tired. That's why.
And snack like crisps would be just plain ready salted water. It's a very basic meal deal,
Yeah.
but it gets the job done.
Ready salted. You can't
Should I
actually
get a
go wrong with
snack?
that, man.
You don't go for a snack. You go for crisps instead of a snack.
I do.
Yeah,
crisps.
I don't know what snacks they do.
Nice
I
sweet
don't
chilli.
I get a I see. I no because chicken tikka kebabs is what the Morrisons.
Oh yeah, because
do.
Morrisons do loads of them little
They
snack
got
bits.
so it's
don't they?
about that.
I wish I lived near a Morrisons.
Honestly, that's the biggest sad thing is that there isn't a Morrisons near us.
It is, yeah. Well, it's the closest one. That's probably Hadley, isn't it, to us? Camvey.
We'll have to go all the way
Thurrock.
up there one day and just get a meal deal.
Just to drive
Just
there,
for a
just to
meal
get a meal deal. Okay, it's understandable. I'm going to get you to rate that.
Rate
you
it?
used to do
Oh.
rating. Rate it. Rate the meal deal. What?
So you
So
saying
go with the first one, a prawn mayo sandwich.
big fat 0.
A big fat zero.
I could even say myself that.
I don't even like. I
You don't
think
like seafood
I don't
and you don't like
seafood, and
mayonnaise.
I don't mind.
And
I
does it
like
usually
mayo.
come in a seeded bread as well?
No.
No,
No,
I was
it
going to say because that would have been 3 X's for you if it came in
Yeah.
seeded
It's too
bread.
spicy. Isn't it? That's what it
Because
is.
Kurt does
The
not
mayonnaise.
like seeded bread.
I
Okay.
fucking hate seeded bread. It's caught your teeth.
Okay, what about a BLT then? I know you're going to be biased against the mayonnaise, but
I mean, a BLT it's a good option, isn't it?
I wish it'd be like a 10 out of 10 because it's got bacon in it, and as we know, bacon is.
oh
Bacon's
yes, we watched
favourite.
that video before we recorded this podcast. If you, I don't know what the video is
Bacon-
called. If you just
bacon
type in
is-
Al Murray bacon, it will probably come up, won't it?
Probably.
And he just explains why bacon is the greatest.
Well, it's not that. He just explains bacon basically proves that God is real.
Yeah,
You know,
don't
God
even ask. 'cause
died
it's
on
true.
a Friday, rose on a Sunday, or
Yeah.
something, isn't it? Well, you can do the same thing with a bacon sandwich on a Friday night and on a Saturday morning. So that's basically the lowdown.
Flawless logic. Flawless.
You know, you could be basically dead. Someone starts cooking a bacon sandwich, you spring to life. It's true.
Straight away.
It's that bacon gland in your head.
Bacon gland.
Power
Spring
surges
to
through
life.
you.
All right then. What are you rating that?
I'll give the whole meal deal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a good. You know what? It's not a bad meal deal. I'm not a big fan of crisps though.
Well, let's just say
I'm gonna
We
say
should keep a leaderboard like they got leaderboards in Top Gear because nobody is going to get worse than Theo. And if I'm honest, I don't even remember what sandwich or snack he gets.
Yeah,
but he goes
you
bottom
get
of the list
sparkling
because he gets
water.
sparkling water.
That's disgraceful.
Absolutely sorry, Theo, but
Don't-
we
don't
have had a
apologise.
request to just rip into you for a bit of the podcast, and it's every week. It's just going to be, why the fuck do you drink sparkling water?
Do you know
Water-
what? I want to buy a
water.
bottle of sparkling water for the next podcast, right? And just literally, not even drink it, just pour it down the toilet
Yeah.
at the start,
fucking do
just
it.
to be like, you know what? Fuck you,
Fuck
Theo.
you, Theo. That's one less bottle of sparkling
That's
water. in
one.
the world.
Yeah. Have
One
that,
less.
you bastard.
Yeah. That's what he said he couldn't make it to the barbecue yesterday. Luckily enough, because then we would have had to buy some soggy cereal as well, wouldn't we? What a disgrace! He eats soggy cereal. He likes soggy cereal.
Soggy cereal ain't bad. It depends.
Oh,
It depends
fuck
what cereal.
off.
It depends what cereal. It depends.
What
how
sort of
soggy.
guests are we getting on this podcast, Kev?
Right,
Fucking
anyone
hell.
out there that has common sense,
Yes.
and actual working taste
Yeah.
buds.
Let's put it like this. We're going to put a rule out now. If you want to be a guest on this podcast, don't drink sparkling water and don't eat soggy cereal.
I can justify it. I
Unless
can
you're very
justify it.
famous.
Unless
So-
you're really famous and then come on anyway.
What it is, have you ever, when you was a kid, you would heat up the milk and then put it in the cereal?
Yeah.
Doesn't it get soggy?
I don't eat cereal very often. I just.
I've
drink
never
it.
seen you eat cereal, to be
Yeah,
fair.
I
I
think
fucking love cereal. And
I
the
eat
cereal
cereal
I'd eat,
like 4 times
I
a
don't
year.
eat cereal very often. I don't eat none of that borer and shreddies and cornflakes and stuff. It's got to be nice shit. It's got to be Crave. Crave's my best favourite, man. I get a bowl of Crave. Use nothing fucking worse than a soggy bowl of Crave. Die. If you eat soggy Crave,
What
die.
it is there's certain cereals that it works with. Like, if you get cornflakes and they go soggy, that's vile.
Yeah, but 90% of the enjoyability of eating a bowl of cereal is the crunch. It's meant to be crunchy.
So that's why I just eat toast. Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well just be some old granny with no teeth if you're going to eat soggy cereal.
The
And you
best
said
way.
about cornflakes, and not only that, I'm certain that Theo is actually like a 90-year-old woman. Because not only was he talking about all these cereals, we're talking about Crave and Cocoa Pops and nice chocolatey cereal that young people eat. Fucking shredded wheat. Shredded wheat, soggy shredded wheat. Mate, he's a 90-year-old woman. Straight up. I bet his teeth aren't even his. I bet his teeth aren't even his. So, sparkling water, don't even eat it with milk. He pours the sparkling water in it.
Ah, that's vile.
Oh, gross. Anyway, sorry, we're going off on a rant. This is just becoming a podcast about Theo again. Next question.
Yeah.
Fix up.
Wait, did we even get a rating?
Yeah, you didn't rate the whole
Yeah.
thing.
I was gonna say a solid 7.
7.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
It was a
I
7
prefer-
until he
yeah.
said soggy cereal, and that
Ah.
goes down to a 3 from me, I think. Okay, we'll go for the next one. Again,
Ah.
another great question. Superpower. If you could have any superpower,
That's an easy one. Probability control.
probability control.
Yes.
Ooh.
I control my probabilities.
No, so you can. Let's say you was to throw, I don't know, something into that
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a probability to it, yeah.
Yeah.
But what if you could control it so you can make it 100 every time, so you couldn't miss?
I'll tell you what,
That's very
Yeah.
smart.
that's an extremely
That's a very
intelligent answer.
That's a very smart answer for a very dumb man.
Every person we've asked, I asked Kurt, what was yours? Was it
No,
teleportation? No, that was one of the others on the mukbang special. Mine was to fly. I mean, all very boring answers, really. That is very intelligent.
Yeah.
You'd go top of the list, I think.
Sweet.
Time stop.
Time
Just
stop. That's
the
it.
time.
Probability control. Where else could you use that? Though?
Everywhere. Everywhere. If
Yeah,
wanted
but
to
if you
win
think about it,
money-
you'd be like, oh, if the train's late, I want it to be 100% late. So
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get it.
Yeah, like you could do
Straight up.
anything. Like, let's say you someone about to stab you.
Well, being able
you
to
could
con-
like,
yeah,
oh,
but if-
they miss.
Yeah, okay. I guess if you're going by that logic, every single thing that ever happens on this planet ever is down to
Down to you.
probability. So if you can control probability, you just
True, but then I'd get
your
fucking
superpower is
frustrated.
basically just to be God.
Because
then,
you'd be
basically.
getting, you'd be getting questions as like a geezer in Japan. He's like stubbed his toe. How bad is he gonna stub his toe?
Yeah, you got to control everybody's
But you know,
probability,
the
not
thing is,
just
you
your
don't
own.
have to control it, like, all of it. You can just change it when you want.
Oh, so you could just
Right.
turn it on and off whenever you like.
Yeah, like let's say I just wanted to, pour a crispy bowl of cereal. You're like, 100% crispy. It won't
100%
get
crispy,
soggy.
never get soggy. Someone needs to invent that. A bowl of cereal that never gets soggy.
Pretty cool.
I'd pay money for it. I'd pay
That's
real
very
money.
cool.
It's like that Ali G thing with the ice cream cone.
Oh god.
So it goes to Donald Trump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's everyone's favourite thing ever? Ice cream.
Ice cream.
What's the problem with ice cream? When it melts, it goes on your hand. So I've got these gloves. So for fuck's sake.
All right, another age-old question that sparked a lot of debate on our podcast, Finley.
Okay.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Does it go in the fridge or in the cupboard?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't go in the fridge. I sometimes put it in the fridge if I want like it to last a while and not melt on a summer day. But you ever notice that it's never in the fridge when you go to the shops?
We've had this argument. We
Okay.
have.
Yeah, it depends
do
on
not
the
agree with them.
temperature of like the room. Because when you want to get a bar of chocolate, you don't want to bite into it and rip your gums apart on a little jagged bit of chocolate. You want it to melt in
Yeah,
your
but
mouth.
again, there's this argument. We quite like a.
I'd say though, the thing is, most
Sharp it.
shops have is it the air? What's the air called?
air conditioner.
They all have that. So the temperature of the rooms are all at a set thing. So they
Yeah.
all definitely won't.
Yeah.
Whereas if you put it in your cupboard in your kitchen, someone's going to be cooking in there. They're cooking. Let's say they're like slow cooking a nice stew,
Yeah.
right? Your
The room's
chocolate
warm.
that's in the cupboard, Clyde,
Yeah.
mate. You're going to go
Yeah.
in there and,
And
your
our
flake
argument,
is
our
gonna
argument
just become
against
a rob.
the supermarket thing is, it might not necessarily be that they have to be kept on a cupboard. That's why supermarkets do it. It might just be the fact that supermarkets sell a lot of chocolate, and it saves the supermarket a lot of
Mm,
money
I was
if
gonna
they
say that,
can.
that's
true,
If they
yeah.
can store it in a cupboard rather than a fridge, it saves them money storing it in a fridge.
Yeah.
But what was ours? Our argument was some chocolate bars go in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
like,
or
yeah.
chocolate bars do go in the fridge, but
Chocolate
if it's
biscuits.
yes,
or
if it's
like
like
things
a
with
biscuit
chocolate
covered
on it.
chocolate or a Mars
Oh yeah,
bar,
definitely. Yeah.
that can go in the
Yeah,
cupboard.
but what about a
Twix.
Yorkie? Because you put a Yorkie in the fridge. How hard that is to eat.
Yorkies alone in the cupboard are fucking like bricks.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Is if you try to put that in a fridge,
That's
you're
why they
basically
call them
gonna chip
man
a tooth.
chocolate. Do you remember when the
Ooh,
Yorkies
Can't say
used to
that
have-
don't
anymore.
say that.
Gonna get cancelled.
Do you remember when they
Yeah.
used to have this?
Not for
Oh,
girls.
not for
They-
girls
they-
on
that
the
was their
back.
name. Their name was Not for Girls.
That is incredible how they got away with that for so long.
It really is.
God, well, them
Back-
poor girls.
Back in the good old days.
Them poor girls never been able to eat a Yorkie bar. God. Okay, so you're saying it goes in the cupboard.
It's dependent, but yes.
Okay, right. We're gonna get a bit philosophical again, like we did
Oh,
last
no.
week.
I like this question.
I had a fun question for you.
Okay, you
Well,
do that.
So I was
You
going
go
to ask. I was going to ask you this actually,
Oh, okay,
Alex,
yeah.
and then I was going to ask you. Right, 3 things that are going to happen in the next 100 years. Go.
I'm gonna die.
All right. Predict something like this is going to happen to like the human race, then, not just you.
The human race is gonna die. I reckon we'll be
100
gone in
years.
100 years.
Wouldn't surprise me at this
Straight
point.
up.
Elon Musk would be fuming. Really.
Straight up. Big events in the next 100 years. We'll get a man on
Like
Mars. We'll get a man on
evolution-wise.
Mars in the next 100 years. I
Definitely.
reckon. Man on Mars. Man on Mars in the next 100 years. I reckon the Queen will almost be dead by then. She'll be on her last.
She'll be
She'll be
pushing.
on her last breaths there.
I don't know.
She's about
just
300
Take
years
someone
old at
else's
the moment,
life
isn't she?
essence, can't she?
Yeah, that's it. It's fucking straight up vampire. That's it. No, I don't really know. No, I reckon some apocalyptic event will happen. If it's not by the hands of the human race killing ourselves
It'll be religion
in
coming to
nuclear
life.
war, yeah, it'll be Jesus coming back to save the.
And Gandhi would just
to everyone who's
reappear
repented.
and go, "Oi, I don't believe in you."
Yes, and then Allah appears and goes, "Well, hold the fuck up! I'm the only god here."
And then a Buddha just comes out with his big belly and just goes,
Fingers, yeah. Starts belly dancing, and then fucking 6,000 gods from the Hindu religion start fucking elephant men and all that and bollocks. Come down, and they go, "Sorry,
Yeah.
what's going on here?"
And then Gandhi goes, "I'm not going to eat any food
And
until you all go away."
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Gandhi would just.
100 years from now, what's going to happen? People are they're going to study this as text, and they're like they're prophets.
we
They,
are
they
gonna
knew what was
be.
going to
That's
happen.
it. We're going
They
to have
knew-
our
yeah.
own religion,
Yeah.
the tabletop religion.
Like Red Dwarf all over again with the cats.
Yeah, that's it. I don't really know what's going to happen in the next 100 years because I don't think we'll last 100 years. I'm not going to lie.
You don't
You
think
look at
that
the
the
news- no,
human
but
race?
We
will
spoke
last
about
100 years?
a lot of stuff, like apocalyptic stuff before and things like that, and a lot of people, a lot of scientists say that half the shit will be gone by 20.
Yeah, but I'm
by the
thinking,
time 2040 comes around, I think they said 2043. If we don't do something drastic about global warming
Yeah.
and the production of greenhouse gases, if we don't do something drastic
How the
about
hell
it,
are we going to be on
Well-
Mars if we're not even around?
well, exactly. But if we don't do something drastic about it, by 2043 it will be irreversible. The world will be on a straight line plummet to death because we won't be able to do anything about it anymore.
I'd say I'd just hit him with it. Well, it ain't our fault. We know it's too late. It's
Yeah.
the same thing as like driving a car and someone's walked out in front of you. Well, I can't physically stop the
Yeah.
car. You know, they're sort of there. They,
Yeah.
not
But
my
there's a lot.
fault.
There's a lot of things like I don't know if you saw a massive documentary on Netflix. I watched a little bit of it. It's actually quite interesting called Seaspiracy. Say people who make cowspiracy. That's a bit boring. That's actually half the reason I went vegetarian all that time
Oh,
ago.
he's not vegetarian anymore.
No,
that's
not
for
anymore.
The
I've
people.
given it up, people. Sorry. But cowspiracy was all about like
Do you know
meat
what?
market and stuff.
I reckon you got the vegetarians on our side now.
Yeah, I reckon.
Hit him with the "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
Can you do like an apology video?
Yeah, that's it. Well,
Start with a sigh.
So, guys, I failed you all. But no, in this Seaspiracy
I saw
was
bacon.
basically about the ocean. As if you couldn't tell, it was about the ocean.
I haven't seen the documentary, but I have seen.
But it's quite
it
interesting.
on
'cause
Netflix.
We're
and
fucking
that.
killing the ocean, and the fishing industry mostly is everyone talks about cutting the rings on your whatever on your 4-packs of beer so that they don't get
Did you do
stuck
that with
round
your
the
Fosters?
turtle's
Did
neck.
you do that with your Fosters?
I didn't cut it. I used my fingers to pop them out. You can't get them out unless you break it. So Just a bit of plastic.
Then who
now.
the fuck? As it get? Surely the fishes are having some Fosters then.
What? Straight up, getting drunk. But everyone talks about all these plastic stuff that we're producing, when actually it says like 95% of the rubbish in the ocean is from the fishing industry. And not what you think of fucking somebody standing on a bank with a fishing line, but like the
Don't know
mass
about
fishing
that.
shit, literally miles and miles of netting where they
don't
scoop
know.
up millions of fish.
I think we can blame the kangaroos.
Yeah, fuck the kangaroos, man.
Fucking-
Fuck 'em.
oh, it's fly tipping. Bloody kangaroos.
Bloody kangaroos, mate. Fucking hell.
Coming over here stealing all our jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, the kangaroos.
What I think about sometimes about kangaroos is, what if you saw one and they weren't like, you never seen one before, no one's ever seen them before, they weren't actually real, and you saw one. What are you thinking? They're
Oh,
terrifying.
well, I love the
What a
idea.
fluffy looking man.
They're terrifying. You see them like this.
Yeah.
I'd love the idea of obviously you could say not even knowing that there is a thing or anything. Just walking down the street one day and it's a late night and you just see a kangaroo just staring at you from the other side of the street, like in Langdon or something, in
Yeah.
Basildon, and then you just getting stared down by a kangaroo. You're like, how the fuck's a
What the
kangaroo?
fuck are you doing here?
And it just starts hopping towards you.
Oh,
coming from the smoke.
Shit my pants. I would shit my pants.
I wouldn't know what to do. I reckon I'd genuinely just ball up. It's like just turn into a ball and just pretend you just think I'm a football.
Play dead.
Yeah. Get out. What were we even talking about? I can't even
Kangaroos.
remember.
Three
No,
things
before
that
that.
would.
Oh, what's
happen
going to
in
happen
the
in
next
100 years? Nothing.
I was
is all gonna
expecting
die.
a fun answer. I was expecting to say, like, I don't know, we won't have our pinkies anymore.
Well,
Because
I
our
don't think
pinkies
evolution
are...
works. I don't think evolution works that fast.
Right, listen to me, right? You know, why? All right, hear me out. Trousers, yeah.
Yep.
We don't need trousers no more. Let's be honest. Jeans, right? Jeans, they keep going down. They keep going lower and lower,
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
don't they? Fuck 'em,
Not
just-
for me, they don't.
not for some people, but for a lot of people. The youth,
The youth den.
The you.
the youth don't seem to know how to wear trousers. So I reckon they're gonna either get a lot lower, or the people are gonna start wearing shorts, and then putting them lower, to the point where they're just covering your ankles.
Ankle shorts.
Ankle shorts.
We love
That's gonna
that.
be watch.
Three-quarter lengths.
Yeah, three quarters.
Kurt's calling it. Mark his words here.
Watch. Write this down
Kurt reckons in the next 100 years, nobody will be wearing trousers
because they're already going down as it is.
because he's down with the youths.
I'm one with the ethnics, as Boris said. As Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, once said.
Fucking
And
hell.
as Jeremy Clarkson once said, "Dabbing it one.
Dabbing it one.
Speak the language of the millennial."
Sorry, I can't stop. Oh, have you got any other answers for his question?
I
or-
do. So, you know Elon Musk? Everyone knows Elon Musk. Big Musk.
He's
boy.
gonna die.
He will die. Actually, I don't know. He's a bit like the Queen. He'll start absorbing people. But what I reckon is he's made a chip and he put it into
Oh, we
rat or a
spoke about
monkey.
We
this.
spoke about
We
this
spoke
last
about
week.
this last
Neuralink,
week.
yeah.
The old Neuralink.
Scary stuff.
In 100 years, that'll be.
Do you know what? In 100 years, I reckon monkeys will be a lot more intelligent, and we could
But yeah, they're already in the
we
Stone
could-
Age,
we
isn't
could- they could become like America's new Mexicans. Because I reckon the Mexicans will rise up and they'll either go, right, I'm not having this anymore, you know, I'm not tidying up after you, and then the Americans are going to panic, and the Polish people are all over here, so they aren't going to. There's not enough Polish people to go to America and here, so it's only logical that they're going to have to find someone else to do it.
There is
And-
at least one clip I can make of every episode we've done so far, where Kurt just says something and it all goes silent for a second, and then everyone bursts out laughing. There's always something.
But hear me out,
I'm gonna have
right?
to time clip that.
That's brilliant.
I reckon there will be a chimpanzee workforce in America where they people hire them to come and pick up rubbish and build fences.
You know what it is going to help you. move.
Plasterers. They're going to be chimpanzee plasterers. Watch. 100 years.
Well,
Well,
Nothing more needs to be said
nothing
about that.
more.
During like, the bosses would be the big orangutans. And the chimpanzees are going to like. And then, watch. And 100 years after that, the orangutans going to be gone.
Yep.
Chimpanzee would have had enough of them. They go, oh, they're taking all our dosh.
Speaking about monkeys, I reckon a Gigantopithecus is going to be found in the next 100 years. You know them huge monkeys. Huge.
I used to play on Ark. You know the game Ark
Yeah.
on Xbox with dinosaurs.
Yes,
I remember
yes.
that one. Big
Painful
monkey.
game to play.
Mate, it's just late. It's just stupidly made.
Yeah.
It's really
so
cool.
bizarre. Isn't it?
If it ran nicely, then it would be a great game.
If
I
I could see
agree,
half of it
100%.
on my screen, it would be nice, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, chimpanzee workforce. Maybe just putting it out there, you know, maybe one of the other countries might step up and do something.
Like,
Let's try and think. Right.
Russia.
So you got that big Rubik's cube of Europe, you know.
Yep.
You know, all the Uzbekistan's and all that. Right. I reckon one of them might do something big. I feel like they do.
Uzbekistan.
Someone does need to step in and go, right, use the alphabet properly. Come on, fix it up. Because
you know,
You
the
got-
Rubik's Cube of Europe.
yeah,
All the Uzbekistans.
nobody really knows what's going on over there, do they?
Borat does.
Yeah, Kazakhstan.
Yeah, number one reporter in heart of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, like you got. That's the thing is you got so many countries that you just go, what come on, you know what I mean?
What are you doing?
Look at England. You know, we had revolutions.
Now we
What
have
have you
Boris
done?
Johnson.
Oh, yeah,
You know, we invented work. What have you done? You know, you work for us,
Yeah.
and some of them don't even do that.
Disgraceful.
But the thing is,
Disgraceful.
you know, at the end of the day, we invented work. We all got a boat and some shoes. You know, cigarette. The French did the French Revolution when they became French,
The French became French in the
Yeah,
French
no,
Revolution.
which
out.
which resulted in a lot of dead French people.
Yeah.
So positives.
Yeah, positives either way.
And then Russia, which is pretty similar to the French Revolution, ironically. Just a lot of dead Russians.
Except they still haven't got their shit together.
Putin didn't put it back together again. You could say.
Yeah, didn't
You know,
put them back
he
together.
struggled. And
Crazy
then
man.
what else is there? The Germans. I think the Germans need to step. You know, they need to realise what they've done. They need to step back. They need to take a long hard look at themselves.
They need to take responsibility for their actions.
They need to write a nicely worded letter to France,
Okay.
apologising.
Germany,
for their
we'd like
holiday.
to see an apology video, please.
Yes, I would like Germany to do an apology video to France about their holiday in the 1940s
Yeah.
that went a bit too far.
Yes.
While they're at it, they can apologise to Hungary. They can apologise to Belgium as well. They can give. Why don't they give Belgium some chocolate for a change?
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
Yeah.
Belgium are always giving everyone else chocolate. No one ever thinks about Belgium. No one ever
Poor
goes.
fucking Belgium.
No one ever goes. Poor Belgians.
Why if they want some chocolate?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Poor,
We're sorry, Belgium. We're sorry.
I feel sorry for Belgium. Germany on top of them. France below them. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. Belgium is a nice. I've been to Belgium before.
Mm.
I went for a Christmas market. It's really cool. They do nice waffles.
I'd like to go to Belgium. Belgium's, yeah, that's the thing. Belgium, they've got quality food in Belgium.
It's very cool.
Who
in
else?
the
What
winter.
else is there? Let's think about this. Oh, what other countries need to just go right?
the US.
The US is just. It's a good idea gone wrong.
Yeah.
The US,
Straight up.
you know. They started off really well with New England. Yeah. You see where they were going with it. And then
Yeah.
Arizona happened and stuff like that. You know,
Texas.
Texas. You know,
You know.
where everyone owns a Bible and a shotgun. Like
Yeah.
this.
Sometimes
That's where the chip-
You
that's
see
where the
the
chip-
people who put Bible verses on their guns.
Yeah, I've seen that.
People who inscribe Bible verses
No,
onto
it's-
their guns.
It's when
and
the
you're
ones
just
that
like,
bring the guns to the church, innit? And they'll all
Yeah.
be sitting there with a gun in their hands, like,
Yeah, amen,
It's
amen.
weird.
Fuck! I've shot the baby.
Oh, but Christianity, right? This is one big thing. They're really big. It's really big in America, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. They all seem to think like God is like, oh, Jesus is American. He's from fucking
He's an
Bethlehem.
ethnic.
But yet they're all racist.
Yeah.
It's like-
He's Israeli.
so you got all these like Southerners, all like, hey, Jesus, hey.
But then you also got the Southerners in America who hate the Middle East a
Yeah,
lot.
And you're like,
a
right.
bit too much.
It's like, how can you say, I don't like them, but then go and worship someone who was born there?
Yeah. I hate the Middle East,
Oh,
but my God is from the Middle East.
that's always baffled me. I don't know why. I mean, do you know what it is? They're just not educated enough. That's the problem,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
it.
It's because
Yeah.
there's no one, and we won't get any complaints about this because no one from fucking South America or Southern America
No.
with their Confederate flag
Yeah.
is going to be listening to the Tabletop podcast.
They're rocking
They're
on their
too busy
rocking
banging
chair
their
on their front
sisters, That's the
porch.
problem.
They're
Say
out
this-
hunting at the
No,
moment.
you say this now until in like middle of the night, you just hear banging
Yeah.
downstairs. Where's
Yeah.
Kurt?
Where is he?
No, it wouldn't even be that. They'd be missing teeth, you know, all inbred.
Yeah, straight up fucking webbed feet and all sorts. Oh, that's Canvey.
They wouldn't have to.
That's Canvey.
It's Ken, isn't it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't,
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
that's the thing. You wouldn't even have to they wouldn't have to get a plane or anything. They'd just swim.
Yeah.
And they'd float.
How did we get onto this conversation?
Oh, I just started complaining
don't
about
even
countries,
know.
didn't I? But no, I reckon a chimpanzee workforce would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I reckon the is it the PDSA?
Mm.
I reckon they wouldn't be very happy with it.
No, definitely.
But then they ain't happy with Steve Irwin, so fuck them. So
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's a
should we
PTSD,
get
yeah.
philosophical again? I'm only going to ask this question to Finley because I had all mapped out when I asked this question for Kurt in hopes that I'd get like an actual answer, and Kurt just went off on one about what he'd actually do. So the question is, basically, you're on a train.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you've got a button in front of you, so you're going down a track. There's two tracks. In front of you, on the track you're heading down, is 10 people, 10 complete strangers.
Yep.
You're going to hit them. They're all going to die.
Peak.
Or you can hit the button and change tracks. It will be your responsibility because you've changed tracks. And you'll change tracks to the other side where only 2 people, complete strangers to start off with, are standing on the tracks. What do? Do you let the train carry on and kill 10 people, but it's not your fault? Or do you hit the button and turn to the right track, take responsibility, but save 8 people's lives?
Hit the button.
You hit the button.
Yeah, you got to choose the lesser of the two evils.
There we go. So this is a sensible answer, Kurt. Take notes. Take notes.
No, I just said I got sleep. I haven't out. Fuck it. It ain't my fault.
You know what Kurt's actual answer to this was?
Oh yeah.
I'd get the 2 people from the right side, put them on that track, and kill them all. That was his
I said
answer.
I'd distract. I'd be like, "Oi, come here. Have you seen this?"
This is where
Line 'em
some
up, mate.
ethical issues come in
Yeah,
here.
go on.
So now, I'm hoping we can stay serious because I didn't get this far with Kurt. So now we've got 10 people on the track, still complete strangers.
Love that. Love
You
a
would
stranger.
change it. In the second track now, you've got 2 very close. It can be family members. It could be me and Kurt. I don't know. 2
Yeah,
of the
me-
most
me and
important
Alex
people in
are
your
on the
life
other
that you
side,
don't want
right?
to see die.
Yeah, we are
What do
very
you do
important
now?
in your life.
Do you stay on the track and kill 10 complete strangers, or do you move it yourself and kill 2 people you're very, very close to?
Bear in mind, right? If you hit me, I'm gonna be standing there waving at you, going, "Hey, Finley," like that.
Hi, Finley. We haven't seen you in
Hey,
so long.
Finley, I bought you a present. It's over, and then like that. Just
Squash.
No, I don't reckon I'll push the button. You know.
You'd still push the button.
No, I, would, I
Fucking
think I
hell,
wouldn't
you
push
kidding?
the
Oh,
button. No,
really?
I don't think I would because when you know him, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
As much as it is the more evil of the two, there is still the fact that if I don't press the button, no one's gonna blame me anyway. So
yeah, that's true. But then surely you've got that on your conscience for the rest of your life that you had the opportunity to save at least 8 other people's lives. You might not know them, but
yeah. But then what I can do, is like I don't know, 10 years down the line, call you a favour, and be like, you know how I didn't absolutely batter you with a train? Yeah, can I borrow some
yeah,
money?
excuse me, give me some money now because I didn't kill you. You see, that is the answer. That's the answers we like.
Look,
to hear.
right, you can don't come at me with this. Right? I explained myself pretty well, I believe. And if I didn't, I'll try again.
Fucking hell.
You know, it ain't my fucking fault, right? I was watching Monkey News.
Monkey news. Oh, chimpanzee that.
I'm looking
Monkey
at
news.
frog pictures daily.
Yeah, I was looking at frog pictures daily.
If you haven't
on
followed
Instagram.
Frog Pictures Daily on Instagram,
I'd
go and do
love to get them as
a
a sponsor.
collab. Can we get a collab? Frog Pictures Daily tabletop podcast on a frog. Straight
On a
up.
frog?
Yeah.
Can we not just do a frog episode? I don't want to sit on a frog.
No, but it's
Speak
like, I mean,
for
like a
yourself.
picture of us as frogs on their Instagram page.
That's pretty cool.
That'd be great. Anyway,
Yeah,
I've
that
got
could be a good
I've got one more topic to talk about, which I mentioned before. We can't go a whole episode without talking about TikTok. Because
No,
it's the
that is
greatest
true.
platform on the planet.
I would like to say something about TikTok. You know,
Go ahead.
some of them girls on them TikToks, sort it out.
Sure, he's on.
Pull your trousers up. Put the top on. Stop laying there with your ass out.
Oh my
Okay.
god, the lives,
Oh.
the fucking TikTok lives,
Mhm.
mate.
It's misogyny for me.
You just go on TikTok lives and you get some people. What was a bloke we saw? Was it you that was around when we looked at that live?
That old geezer.
The singing Pete
Pete,
or something.
Yeah. What guy?
Just a
Fucking-
bloke. He's got thousands of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers, and they literally just go in, request songs, and he sits and sings. It's sweet as anything. But there's some other lives you just scroll through and you get fucking girls who literally are sitting there in their underwear with their arse out, just saying nothing on the live stream on TikTok.
Just
You're
waving their feet around.
like- It's just like, wow.
And then you go, I tell you what, right? If a geezer could do that,
Yeah,
right,
I'll be on it.
you know, let's be honest, right? All these the amount of geezers in the construction industry waking up at 4 in the morning to travel all the way to London just to get paid a shit wage to do a shit job, and there's some woman laying down in her bedroom with a fucking phone tilted down at her ass, going, "Hey guys,
Yeah, I'll take the piss, but
anyone want to give me any money?"
I'll take the piss. But if I was a girl, I'd do it.
Oh, I do it. I mean,
I'd have
if I
OnlyFans.
could pay my rent with a picture of my arsehole.
Yeah.
I'm
We don't
taking the
actually mean
opportunity.
it. To all the feminists who would shout at us, you know, well, that was a shit throw,
You
wasn't
see, if
it?
you had a probability control, that would go in.
Yeah. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Thing
Kurt's
is,
just tried
after
to throw.
time stop, and I walk over there, move it.
Yeah. Kurt's just thrown a can of Pepsi and completely missed the bin. But
It wasn't a person being attacked. It wasn't a frog. It
just in
also-
case you were worrying about that.
I mean, I worry about frogs all the time.
Yeah.
Have you ever stood on a frog? No,
I
because
have.
they're very. Oh,
I have a couple of times actually.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Alex. Oh, you're not vegetarian anymore. I was going to apologise on behalf of Finlay.
Yeah, I could stop
The
this.
French eat frogs.
Yeah.
It's another
fucking
thing French eat look at themselves and go, fucking hell.
Stop eating frogs.
And snails.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's eating snails?
What have they done wrong, man?
It's not even that. It's just look at them. It's
Yeah.
Slimy and
a
gross.
mollusk.
It's a mollusk.
It's a fucking.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. What makes them go? Yum.
Yummy.
I love the slithery like goodness of a
Gross,
snail.
innit?
You just make me feel sick already. Change the
Yeah.
subject, please.
Well, back onto TikTok.
Yeah.
I mentioned this before. Now, there's a part of TikTok, there's lots of different parts of TikTok. Well, I'm going
That's
to
all.
exclusively talk about weight loss TikTok. People whose accounts are based purely off of losing weight. Now you've
I
probably all seen, probably the biggest, especially in the UK, the
Big
biggest
man
one I've
Lawrence.
seen is Lawrence.
I like
Now, Lawrence, we
Top
fucking love you. Top lad.
Top lad.
He's a rather large man, and he's getting a lot better. And his whole TikTok account is based off of him showing his weight loss journey, what he eats. He has, what does he say? Dinner. And he likes beetroot.
What's that say?
Yeah. What's that say? And he's lovely, and he does it the right way.
Fucking weird. The only thing I don't like about him is sometimes his intros are so cringe. I
Yeah.
can't watch. The
I
rest
can't
of
say
it.
I watch them religiously because he is quite annoying, but
His voice is
we
quite.
like him because he does the right thing. When you're on that platform, he has over 1 million followers now. You know that you've got at least a couple of young people, even not young people, but what's the word? I don't even know. What
Impressionable.
The word. Impressionable. That's it, Kerr. Impressionable people who might be looking to lose weight as well, and they're going to look towards him. Now he's doing it the right thing, and he gets a lot of hate for his portion sizes, mostly because he eats big portions, but he eats the right things.
Yeah.
So it works, and he's been losing weight consistently, and you can see it because every week he does his weigh-in. Lost 5 pounds this week, 4 pounds this week. It's impressive how much weight he's lost. Now we've got this other kid. I don't even know his real name, but I showed you a couple of his TikToks before we
It
started.
was painful to watch.
It is painful. Now this kid, in all fairness, it must be a little naive because he's only 16, so he doesn't really know what he's doing. But he's taken that fact that if you lose weight, to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. That's scientific, really, isn't it?
Science proven.
Now
Science doesn't prove a
he's
lot of
taken
things.
that. Yes,
Look at
proven
God. They haven't proved that wrong
No.
yet.
that.
Whatever. Books and that.
Yep. Books.
We believe books.
Yes.
Books.
Well, he's taken that fact and absolutely none other about like a healthy, balanced diet. And yes, we can all agree. I'm only bringing this up in this episode. It's been bugging me for ages because both Kurt and Finley are PTs. They know a bit more about dieting than I do and food and shit. Well, I'd
I
like
know
to think
about
you
it, I
do
just-
anyway.
I know about it, I just don't follow it.
Yeah.
That's-
No. So I thought I'd get their opinions on it as well. But basically, you can lose weight by being in a calorie deficit. Am I right?
You could lose
But it
weight by
doesn't mean it's
running
healthy.
everywhere as well.
Yeah.
If you really
can
piss,
lose-
run to the toilet.
Yeah. But in the same end of the straw, you'd be in a calorie deficit if you starve yourself every day. You're
I
in a calorie
mean,
deficit.
yeah.
Does that make it healthy?
No, but it's the same thing as if you look on the like that Bear Grylls show. Has everyone seen them when they
Oh,
all the
yeah.
people get sent to the island and
Yeah.
then they have to they scavenge for some what is it they end up eating all the time? Some little ball thing that looks
Yeah.
disgusting. But yeah, they get on that and then they just lose loads of weight,
Mhm.
but they just look really unhealthy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you've lost weight, but
You're not eating healthily, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be maintainable, and you're going to find other health problems because you're not eating the right things.
Yes.
So this kid, honestly, some of the meals you see, and he started off well. Bless him. I've been following him for a while. He started off well. He figured out how many calories he needs. during a day, so that he knows how much he needs to eat less than that to lose weight. First off, he's 26 stone at 16.
That's a unit.
That's an unhealthy weight. So first, surely you should be looking at getting rid of the weight as quickly as possible, because you're going to be coming up with health problems. Now, he's obviously found that you need about 3,300 calories to maintain weight. So he's now eating about 3,000, 3,100 now, which is good. He's in a deficit, but he's not going to be losing weight very fast. That's like a gram a
He
week.
can honestly cut down his calories a lot more than what he does,
Yeah.
because even though he's in a 300 or something calorie deficit, you like that is just fat. Like his maintenance weight is keeping the fat on as well.
Yeah.
Whereas, and that's it. That's
that,
fat.
and it also depends on what else he's doing.
Yeah.
And if he's out there, as you said, doing boxing, punching a bag for 50 minutes, it's not.
And he does. He's been in the gym quite recently, and he's been doing boxing and stuff as well. He's got better, but it's just his diet that bugs me, because everyone in his comment section, whenever you say anything about his diet, it's always these little ratty 12-year-olds with no profile picture and no actual account who are commenting, yeah, but he's in a calorie deficit, and they call you idiots because apparently you know nothing about it. When you look at some of the meals he is, for example,
There's drilling
what was
going
one?
on.
Yeah, there is drilling. Where is that coming from?
I wish I
Outside.
know.
One of the meals he had was not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 wraps or fajitas, and they were the big tortilla wraps
Love that.
with chicken in it, chicken and nothing else but chicken, maybe a bit of sauce, no vegetables, no nothing.
Sounds like
Now,
Tyler's.
if you ask me, even if you're eating 3,000 calories a day, which he should be targeting lower than that, how many calories is in that meal? I mean, a wrap alone is about 300.
Well, the best way
calories.
to put it is the average intake of calories for a male is
2,000,
2,500.
Yeah.
The fact that to maintain his weight is 3,300. That's not a good thing.
That in that one meal alone, if he has 7 wraps, that's for going over his daily limit, and that's in one meal. Just on
That's
the
what I was
tortilla
saying.
wrap
If
itself
he's-
is 2,100 calories.
If your deficit's only 200 calories, right,
not
and you
losing
still have a
that.
cheat day every week, and you're on your cheat day you're eating like an extra 1,000, 2,000
Well, you
calories.
saw what
You've
how many
just
calories he has on
ruined
his cheat
everything.
day. His cheat day meal was, in all fairness to him, if you're going to do it right, you deserve to have a cheat day. I did it when I was losing weight. Eat whatever you like. It's like to get it out. But if you're going to eat very little under to go into a deficit, and then go into your cheat day eating, one of his meals on his cheat day was KFC, or he had 2 burgers, he had a wrap, he had 5 bits of chicken, he had a box of popcorn chicken,
Well,
he had mashed potato, he had beans, and he had a box of like chicken bites as well, like the Nashville hot chicken bites, for one meal.
Ridiculous.
I want to know where he's getting his money from.
Yeah, and he's 16 years old, and it's just. But you see somebody, he goes, my weight loss dinner, and one of them was like, he's just got home. I was going, bearing in mind I went boxing today, and this clip of him boxing was 15 minutes punching a bag in his back garden. It's better than nothing, but it's not exactly a vigorous workout. And
Oh, like that, 15 minutes of punching a
well, it
bag.
wasn't 15 minutes continuous.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
punch, 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 and he just sort of, he walks in and he goes, "This is my. It's not a cheat day or anything. This is my dinner." It was a whole chicken from
Yeah.
Nando's, a whole Nando's chicken, and a
Protein.
large portion of peri peri chips.
I reckon what he's done is he's watched James Haskell eat a whole chicken. He's gone, that's healthy.
It's fucking mental,
He's
mate.
got to think of it as in weekly calories rather than daily.
Yeah.
The
Because if you
problem
think of it
is-
weekly,
is-
it's easy to hit the goal. Like if you think of it daily, you can do it all, and then have a cheat day. Then you look at your weekly calories. That cheat day might put you over your calorie limit, and you end up losing any weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was to say, that's the problem is as well is there are so many it's people not being educated on it. They don't know what they're doing. They're not going to listen to anyone else because
Yeah, because
everyone's
he
got an
thinks what he's
opinion.
doing
No,
is
but that's the
right.
thing. Everyone's got an opinion, but nobody actually like the people.
Researches it,
Yeah,
yeah.
nobody
They
will
don't
actually
know.
sit there and go right. Let's have a look into it.
Yeah.
But everyone will go right. Well, no, it's calorie deficit.
It's just,
That's
that's
literally-
but that's
that's their
exactly what he does.
argument.
And this latest diet he's done, this is why I'm speaking about it, because it pissed me off. Basically, he's gone and said, I'm going to eat 3,000 calories a day. 2,000 of those calories will be normal calories. And if that's his normal calories are fucking Nando's chicken and deep fried fucking peri peri salted chips, then that's not exactly diet food, is it? And then he's going to leave himself 1,000 calories a day, 1,000 fucking calories a day for whatever he wants.
You see,
And then he
is
has a cheat meal
yeah.
once a week as well. But you're leaving yourself 1,000 calories a day of cheat. And you know what he spends that on most mornings? For breakfast, he will have an entire share bag of Doritos and 2 pots of the Dorito salsa with cheese on top.
Yeah.
And even when
There are
he got
some people
basically
with-
bullied in the comment section for eating the Doritos. Some mornings he would literally have 3 pots of Doritos salsa, where you put it into a bowl, put it in a microwave, and eat the salsa.
That's grim. That's painful to hear.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there are some people which you just can't.
You can't help.
though.
He can't help himself.
Like it's. You
It will get
can't,
to a
you
point.
can't even
It will
blame
get to a
him.
point,
You
yeah.
just got to blame almost
But
the surrounding people.
He's,
Yeah.
but
Put her
the
in
thing is, from what the numbers he's put on his TikTok, I think he has lost weight.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
he
it's-
started
yeah.
about 6 months ago on TikTok
Probably-
at 26 stone, and he's down to about 25 stone
The
10.
thing is, it gets to a certain
like
point where when
£2 difference.
when he's eating that much and whatnot, it's going to get to a certain point where it's not going to do any help, and he's
Yeah.
going to start gaining the weight back.
Yeah.
Like it's so much harder to lose weight than it is to gain weight. Like in the last 2 years, I probably put on what, 20 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put on 20 kilos, and my body fat percentage is the same.
Yeah.
Putting on weight ain't that bad. Trying to lose weight and trying to lose a bit of body fat now is so difficult.
But
it's so
it's
difficult.
so important to like educate yourself about it.
Yeah,
and if you don't know about it, ask someone. Especially when he's got like 300,000 followers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Somebody on there's going to know what they're talking
I
about.
know for a fact.
But that's the
probably-
problem. Is everyone on his comment section is all going to be, as you said, 12-year-old kids, and they're all just going to back each other rather than looking at
I
like
want
a
to find
PT.
one of them
Because
now.
it's not if it's not what you want to hear, they're not going to listen.
Yeah, pretty
That's the
much, yeah.
thing. It's the same thing with most people. Like, you know, if somebody tells you what you're doing is wrong, you're going to go, "Oi, no, it isn't. Fuck
Yeah.
you."
Let me find this guy on TikTok.
Like, it just doesn't happen. Whereas, you know, if he actually, to be fair, like, if he actually gave that much of a shit, I reckon he would have probably looked for, like, you know, someone who actually has knowledge of the subject.
yeah, here we
instead
go.
of
This
just
is
Winging
his Nando meals. And the people in the comments, yeah, there's no hope because he had a whole chicken and large portion of chips for dinner.
First comment.
Yeah.
Sensitive
And
point,
yeah,
isn't it?
the first comment is, yeah, there's no hope. And people going, yeah, there is. Again, look, it's Declan. No fucking profile
Yeah.
picture. It's definitely a 12-year-old boy. And so their reply was, there isn't, because they spelt there wrong.
People are very ignorant. They see something and their opinion is right. You can't tell them otherwise.
Yeah, but that's just no human nature.
Yeah, it
really.
is,
It's the same thing as, like, you know, if someone goes up to you and goes, "Oh, don't cross the road over there,"
No.
you know, you're going to go, right, why not? I want to see what happens if I do that.
Yeah. It's like, I think someone actually messaged me before asking what the best diet is, and they said they're going to do keto. I said it's not a great idea if you're going to be working out, because keto drains your energy.
Yeah.
You're getting no carbs. If you're doing a workout and you're lifting weights, you might black out if you're doing I don't know any high intensity training, you'll pass out. But 20 minutes later, they're pulling a story about they're doing keto diet. So people just don't listen. They want to. They go to you thinking they're going to tell you what you want to hear.
Well,
and when you don't,
yeah.
they don't listen to it.
Yeah, that's it. They want you to agree with them,
Yeah.
and if you don't agree with
They'll
them,
ignore it.
they'll go, "Well, then you clearly don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about."
But look at it.
Honestly,
First of all, look at this kid. Look at this kid. Who the fuck is he? To you know, he's clearly not a professional. Somebody said, "Bruh, calories aren't the only things important in a meal,"
Yeah, genuinely.
which is a very good point. For weight loss, it basically is.
Yeah.
Some kid
Yeah,
called
like, even
Freddie.
before.
It's probably his cheat meal, mate. He gets advice from professionals. If a professional is telling him that it's healthy to have an entire chicken
Bad
and a
approach,
large portion of fucking chips, they need to. They need to.
Yeah. What
Get
I reckon's
sacked.
happened is they've told him some advice. He's taken it to the extreme of
Yeah.
high protein, a whole chicken. I mean, like a whole chicken, it would be
And
my
this,
cheat
this is
day.
what they're saying. He said it's probably his cheat meal. And in his comments, he said he had KFC the other day, though. He said he was having a cheat meal every 2 to 3 weeks. And he's had this and that big KFC
Yeah.
in the space of 3 days.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, there is some people where you just can't even help them. They just do their thing. Just
Yeah.
gotta go
Yeah.
right. Good on you, but don't be expecting much. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and go, "Good on you, good job.
Yeah.
You ate a whole
Yeah.
chicken today."
To be fair, the fitness industry is a state.
That's
It
the
is
problem.
dreadful. Like, well, you know the whole thing about Gymshark and how like pretty much all their models are on some like PEDs,
Yeah.
performance enhancing drugs and whatnot. But then I think they got moaned at because so they've got all these men that are like their chests look like almonds.
Yeah.
Like they are ripped to shit, and then you've got the women, and they actually posted like bigger women and whatnot, and they had an outrage not because they were putting out they were like big women as models, because all the men were just ripped like absolutely built like a brick.
Yeah, why ain't
And then-
I sponsored by Gymshark?
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
why? What bastards, man?
Bastards.
You bring
Unless-
'em up.
unless they want to sponsor us, at which point we're welcome for it. Yeah, we'd be like the True Geordie podcast
Yeah,
being
yeah.
too, but it's just not northern.
No.
I'll take back what I said if you give us some clothes.
Yeah, straight up. Well, lesson learned here. If you're going to go on a weight loss journey on TikTok, fucking educate yourself because lots of people.
Don't expect the 12-year-olds to do it for you because they're
Yeah.
not going to fucking.
Well,
do it.
more so, I couldn't give a fuck about this guy. If he wants to do that and he wants to say 26 stone for the rest of his fucking life, be my guest.
Yeah, that's
It's,
another
it's
thing.
the impression of what other people
Yeah.
who think that if that's what he's eating to lose weight, that's fine to eat. It's not. It's not
People are
fine
going
to
to
eat
learn
like
from
that.
that as well. People are going to see that and think
Yes.
it's a good idea. The younger people, obviously, not anyone
Look how many
more
people
than 5 brain cells.
people that he's influenced into thinking this is all right. People who have no idea about the subject have seen it and thought this is all right. So
That's the
lesson
thing as
learned.
well. Everyone has different fucking tendencies. Everyone's body works slightly different.
Yeah,
you
that is
can't
true,
have the
yeah.
same meal. Like if I was to eat the same exact food as you, Alex, chances are we're not going to get the exact same outcome.
Yeah,
That's not really how the world works.
It's like when we was in college, wasn't it? And we basically ate the same thing. But the thing is, you was double my weight when we was in college.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like it didn't really work out. We can't have the same 2 diets. Those 2 people are the same.
Yeah.
Widely anyway.
So yeah, lesson learned.
Lesson has been
I
learned.
think we've done fucking well today, fellas. We've done well.
Thank you.
To be fair, for the first time in a long time, I haven't really have a lot lined up to talk about on the podcast this week, and we've
I just had to go out some countries for 20 minutes, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That was the original plan
Yeah.
for me in my head. I'm just
Sweet
gonna
as.
yell at Europe, really.
Yeah.
You know,
Talk about monkeys.
monkeys,
Monkey
Yeah.
workforce.
monkey workforce. I still really want a monkey workforce.
Let's get the monkey work.
I reckon they get paid a lot more than normal workforce just because they're monkeys.
Just because they're monkeys.
Thing
We
is, though,
like
would
them.
you wouldn't have to pay to give them bananas? That'd keep them happy.
That would keep
It's
them
like they've got to go home and feed their children and wives with like bread.
Monkey business.
monkey business. Well, Finley, it was actually this is quite good because it's the second episode we've had a guest on,
Agreed.
and we
That's
haven't
correct.
actually ripped into you apart from
The beginning.
Soggy cereal.
Scrawny, annoying
Oh,
little kid
yeah.
next door.
We have a fun question for you, Finlay.
Go ahead.
Is it true that you've got chemical burns on your head?
Oh my
Yes, it is.
god.
It was an
God.
experience. You know, I put hair removal cream because my dad managed to break the clippers, or someone managed to break them. So he's ordered some new ones, but they weren't going to be for a while. And I had a job interview. So I thought, you know, hair removal cream. It says chest and body, but you know, hair is hair. So I thought I'll just lather up the head, and you know, it was going quite well. It had like a little tingly feeling. It wasn't hurting, and the hair was coming out. But the back, I couldn't really get it. So I kind of left the back on for like over 10 minutes. Took all the front hair off. And then I got to the back, wiped it off. And I felt it was a bit sore. So I'm like, I'll get over it. It's just a bit irritated. So I put more on. And
Fucking hell.
when I tell you, the pain was so bad. Like usually my pain tolerance is alright. I don't like stub my toe and start crying or anything. So I was like, okay, I'll put more on. And like I put it on the back of my head and it started stinging. It was bad. It was bad. My whole body tensed up, and I was just like, "All right, that's bad." So I've even left it on after that. So I was like, "No point leaving it half the hair on the back of my head when I got a job interview in 2 days." So I was like, "I'm just gonna have to firm it." Took the hair off, and I think I sent you a picture the next day.
Oh,
on the
I
back of
got
my
you
head.
sent me a nice video of
Yeah.
you literally just no context. You just went.
I got comical burns.
You just went. Literally just went. I got chemical burns, and a
Yeah.
video of Finlay just sort of in a mirror, just
Yeah.
showing me the back of his head,
To be fair,
and it just
healed
it
quite
looked
quick.
like someone just went like manic with like a pen.
Yeah, it scabbed and it dried out and all the scabs fell off and whatnot. And it's fine now. It's scarred over and it's the scar.
Just I love the idea that
Is
you
scar
went
that
to.
bad?
No, it's not that bad. to be
Yeah,
fair. You
it
don't
healed
really
in
notice.
it healed in about like days.
I just love the idea that Finlay turned up to his job interview with chemical burns all over his
Yeah,
head. They
yeah.
probably thought he was a crackhead. Like,
I think the question we're all thinking right now is: was it just your head that you used the hair removal cream?
I did not. I actually used it on my manly parts.
because
Oh,
you could
God.
say
Luckily,
you're
I didn't burn it because I actually was able to get it all off. I do like to shave quite regularly.
crown
Have you seen,
jewels.
have you seen the
the family jewels.
Have you seen the
Swinging in the
Amazon
wind.
the Amazon thing about the Veet hair removal cream? If you look it up on Amazon, you look at the reviews. Someone's wrote a fucking story on there about how he used it on his balls and his arsehole, and it yeah, and how much it burned, and something about putting ice cream up his arse and stuff. It was fucking hilarious. You talk it up.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I did actually like. But after I got the burns, I started looking into it. And I saw someone had put. So he's got a date in a few days, and he's got the pictures of the results. So he's done it all down there, and he's left on for too long, and it's just showing a really close-up picture of right there, and it looks like imagine.
Not his groin for the people listening, because you can obviously don't see where it's sort of just above.
Yeah, just
Love
above,
his
yeah.
groin.
And it genuinely looked like a burn victim. Like it looked like it was bad, and
Fucking
yeah.
hell.
It just looked like he had every STD known to mankind, just right there, concentrated in a little spot.
See,
And then I'm very happy I did not do that to my own. Very happy. One on
Yeah.
my head.
Fuck
Can't
that.
say the
I
same
don't
about
want to touch hair removal cream.
yeah,
It
no,
scares me.
that story scared me from hair removal
Yeah.
cream.
Never again.
So,
To be
Lesson
fair, I
learned.
would still use it because I know what not to do now.
Yeah.
Just leave it on for more than 10 minutes.
If you need advice about hair removal cream, ask Finley.
Yeah.
He knows.
No,
Don't
perfect
ask
trainer.
him. You just heard the
Burned.
story.
Yeah.
Perfect trainer. Burn victim. What more could you want?
It's actually crazy because that's 2 episodes on the trot now that have been two of our almost longest episodes, and they've been basically improvised. We're great at this, aren't we? We're great at this podcast.
Do you know what it is, Alex? I think soon we've got to start pushing it 2 episodes a week. I don't think we can do it.
I don't think I've got time to, mate.
I don't think you've got the time. You've got
Make the time, boy.
I haven't,
always
even,
time.
I haven't even been on Xbox at all this week.
True.
I haven't got shit time for that.
Oh, I just realised I've got to work on Monday and I can't be
Yeah,
on
I've
Xbox
got
all day
fucking
anymore.
Oh. Oh. Well, in
Well.
betting news, Arsenal have been playing for 27 minutes and it's still 0-0. We're not losing to Fulham yet, so we're good. Anyway, I think we can round things off there. We might have to get Finley on more often, having one of our consistent guests. Maybe get him on.
Maybe
Couple of
so.
times,
Maybe so.
Sweet goose.
Yeah, good.
Pizzas.
Just don't chemical burn your head again.
Oh, I'll try my best.
You're gonna do it
Um,
next time. Do it to your mouth.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
we
so
apologise, but it didn't.
If I use it there and it burn,
Yeah,
imagine
fucking hell.
that would have been bad.
Red little Hitler,
What's it-
Hitler tash. We didn't put a poll up this week because
We didn't, no.
we couldn't think of any. So if you've got any suggestions, let us know. We'll probably figure out a poll to put up next week. And yeah,
I've got a little idea for a good one. I'm not gonna say it now. Yeah, it's a
just that would give
surprise
it away. Yeah,
for the peeps.
for the peeps. All right then. Thanks for everyone. Thanks to everyone for
Tanks.
listening.
Tanks.
And thank you to Finley for coming on, mate.
You're very
and
welcome.
we'll speak to you all next week. Adios.
Adios, amigos.